Welcome, folks, to Boone Pickens Stadium in Stillwater, Oklahoma, home of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Pistol Pete and the Paddle people are ready. This is a great environment. This is not a normal matchup. Two teams ranked in the top 10, colliding right here in the middle of the season, trying to make a strong statement. Big playoff implications. As we'll see the number 6 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 8th-ranked team, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he'd left that one in the end zone. Set up. It's a first down play. They're going to run it here. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Catch made across the middle by the running back. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. Tackle made to the 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
The Cowboys line up on 1st and 10 now. And the tailback's got it again. He's brought down, but not before getting into enemy territory at the +47.
Well, Chris, if you go back to yesterday, remember the offensive coordinator? He seemed to be very confident in the script that he put together. Now we can see why. Controlling the line of scrimmage, allowing his back to have room to run, and when he can run the football like that, get ready for the play action and deep shots downfield.
And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? And maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Tackle made, but the gain moves the ball to the 30.
Chris, just by watching this guy all year, the defense better be very careful to let this guy find that rhythm. I've seen him where he goes 5 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, and then pops a big one. Right now, he looks like he's starting to gain some confidence here early in this game.
Finding space at the 20. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see as an offense to open up a football game. Everything seems to be working, whether they're running the football, as we saw right there, able to protect, throw the football with timing and rhythm, everything on full display for this offense to let this defense know they could be in for a long day.
Here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. And the same runner's got it again. The gain moves the football to the 6-yard line. It'll be first down and goal.
Well, the scouting report on this running back was that he is an elite ball carrier. and he is proving to be that here early in this game. These first few carries, not only the strength, but the quickness and acceleration to get upfield and get positive yards on display.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And they're able to get him down.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense, almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
Ball back at the 10-yard line now for 2nd and goal. And the quarterback dropping back. He escapes the sack. Hits the running back in the flat. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the offense is trying to create some matchups to their advantage. But, man, this defense is so athletic. Nowhere to go here after this catch.
Great job by the defense so far. It's 3rd and goal from a long way out. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. He's got it near the end zone. And he scores! Touchdown, Oklahoma State. They'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. PAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Oklahoma State. Georgia, 0. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and to bring the football to the 25-yard line. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Breaking free at the 35. They keep the drive going. It's a first down at the 46.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
And looking to throw now on first down. Fired into a tight window and picked off. He's got some room and some blockers here. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
Nice job by this defense jumping on that football to come up with the interception. And not exactly how this quarterback envisioned this game starting. His very first throw of the game, he puts into traffic, and he costs his team in a big way.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle.
Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose.
Well, it's a good job by the defense to force the fumble, but you have to have the collective awareness for someone to get on top of it. It's a lucky break for the offense.
An important 3rd down conversion coming here in the red zone. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Georgia offense is back out on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Woodson. And that will pick up a first down. They'll spot it at the 38. A new set of downs after that completion. Handoff here from the shotgun. Solid run, tackled at the 45-yard line.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always drawn offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Inside the 40 now. And they're finally able to bring him down. That's a big momentum play to wrap up the first quarter.
Oklahoma State 10, Georgia 0.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Offense switches it up here, looking to throw the ball now. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
At the 19, brings up second down.
The Dogs looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Keeping it on the ground here. Runs through the defender. And they've got him at the 5. Great run to set up scoring position here.
Well, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
And the Bulldogs looking to cap the drive here. It's first and goal. Dump off caught by the running back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs.
That kind of play is almost impossible to defend when the quarterback is throwing the ball with that kind of accuracy and timing, and the receiver runs a route like this. Good luck trying to stop it. So maybe this is a great start for this combination of this quarterback and receiver for a big day.
The extra point is good. They trail by 3 now, 10-7. Now they get set to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the Cowboys offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Can they find the end zone this time out? Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
A nice RPO here by the offensive coordinator and a big gain by the back. Let's give credit to the quarterback. He saw that this defense was sitting back, worried about the pass, so instead of throwing it, he hands it off and some nice positive yards.
On first down, they'll keep their running game churning. Brought down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 49.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. They'll run it here. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll feed the back again. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And the Cowboys with first and 10 here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And the senior quarterback puts a little bit too much on the throw.
Second down.
Incompletion makes it second down. From the shotgun, drops back, fires it to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Look out, he's got some space. Past the 50. Out past the 30. At the 10. Touchdown, Georgia. Wow, what a play, a defensive score. Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kurt.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
And the point after is right down the middle. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the Oklahoma State offense is back out on the field. They're trying to recover from that last possession. They had things going, but then a pick six, a devastating play. They got to recover from that right now. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. The Cowboys hustle to the line to run the hurry up. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. He's stopped, but he gets a first down. The running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. And they'll go right back to him on first down. Runner finding some space there. That's a solid gain on the ground. Second down after that run on the previous play.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
First down for the offense.
And the Cowboys look to keep this drive moving. And the runner takes off to his right. They've got him after a 7-yard gain, so 2nd and 3. Offense cranking up the tempo now, no huddle. And now the running back's got it again. Finding some room at the 25. And he'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. Here comes the point after attempt. PAT puts them up 3. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He'll bring it out from his end zone. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. After a slow start, this offense has finally gotten going. A touchdown here could make things really interesting. Looking right, this one caught. Brought down after picking up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5.
Hey, they get some positive yards here, but just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
The shotgun handoff here. Football comes out. Defense recovers the fumble. Big takeaway.
I get being upset at the ball carrier for coughing up the ball, but let's not ignore how big of a hit that was. Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defender for making a great play.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Quick throw caught on the left side. Aiming for the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Still no answer for this offensive machine. They'll try to add the lead now with a PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. That fumble in the last possession set up a touchdown, and they bounce back from that costly error here.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Snags the quick throw. Breaks a tackle into the clear. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Just a really good ball here to be able to pick up this first down for the Georgia offense. And you know, being able to have a balanced attack is so important in modern college football, and Georgia does that as well as anybody.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
They look to throw it here on second down. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down. That's the 2-minute warning. Let's see if this offense can do something before the break to cut into this big lead. Georgia setting up for the 1st and 10 now. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Running back grabs it on a screen. Breaks loose at the 40. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
That's exactly why you dial up the screen. The defense is overcommitting to the pass rush and trying to apply pressure on the quarterback. Great execution, plenty of space available, and man, he had a convoy downfield.
Cannot escape, and down he goes.
Finally, the defense is able to come up with a play on this drive. Let's face it, this offense has been able to put things together. Quarterback's had a nice drive, but finally, great job of getting the pressure and getting after that quarterback.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Lets it go quickly. The ball is picked off. Going the other way. Can they stop him? Not just the pick, but a big return. Sets up the offense in good position.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Short throw to the back, caught behind the line of scrimmage. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play. The Cowboys come up to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Looks left and finds his target there. Defense surrounds him, just a short gain on that completion.
Hey, it's a gain, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
Come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. And he'll drop back here on third down. He's going for a big play downfield. But this one is broken up, ball's incomplete.
Well, Chris, the offense takes a shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
And they'll kick it away here. And the punt will just bounce out of bounds. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. They'll run it to the right side. They'll tackle him at the 17-yard line.
Gain of 5. Brings up second down.
Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Oklahoma State.
And the Cowboys will kick this away to get the second half going. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Picks up some blocks. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Bulldogs. He will score.
Of all the skilled players on the field, I think this guy might be as gifted as anybody. What a great demonstration of instincts and just raw speed. Once he got into the open field, nobody was going to catch him.
PAT is good. They draw within 3, 24-21.
Oklahoma State 24, Georgia 21.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now.
Set to hit this one away.
Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over.
Oklahoma State Cowboys will take over first and 10.
And the Oklahoma State offense is back out on the field. Now coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8. The Cowboys looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Same tailback, another carry. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
It's 3rd down for the offense. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Quick completion to the tight end. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up 4th down.
Really tight coverage here by this defense. Now, they give up the pass underneath, but do a nice job of rallying to the football to keep him short of that 1st down marker. And now we've got a decision here on 4th down.
And he's going to get run out of bounds after a small pickup on the return. Georgia offense is back out on the field. He hands it off from the gun. Breaks loose at the 45. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the 1st.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Inside the 25. Touchdown, Dogs. And they will claim the 2nd half lead.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Getting set to kick the ball off now.
Number 10, Celtic kick it away.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there.
Oklahoma State Cowboys will take over first and 10.
And the Oklahoma State offense takes the field. They go back onto the attack, but now behind on the scoreboard. Can they answer right away? He's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. See if the offense can overcome that holding penalty. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker. Second down after that run on the previous play. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. Tackle made on the play at the 29-yard line. And the Cowboys looking to use the up-tempo offense here.
Crispy gets so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. And like the defense has to pay attention to him. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and the quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
No gain on the play. Second down.
Empty set now. 5 wide receivers. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Third down play, looking for a fresh set of downs. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's fourth down coming up.
Well, the quarterback has just too much time against this zone. There's not enough pressure. It's allowing him to sit back and pick apart this zone defense.
The Cowboys will line up to punt it away.
On to punt it away.
And he takes it around the 20. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that. Nowhere to go, and the ball is knocked loose. No turnover. Offense recovers the fumble. Hold on here a second. The replay booth has signaled they want to take another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And they'll get him down that time. Sets the formation. It's third down. Quarterback's got it on the option. The Dogs will send their punt team onto the field. Oh, and he's got some space here. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Cowboys offense is back out on the field. Suddenly they are behind. They've been shut down in this third quarter here. They got to find that spark again. He's brought down, but not before getting into enemy territory at the plus 47. And the Cowboys come to the line in the hurry up. First down, looking to throw the ball. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Boy, what an incredible push by this defensive line. And if you're going to survive in the SEC, the teams that really separate themselves are the teams that have great defensive linemen, especially in the interior. And Georgia has had an incredible legacy over the years, and it's nice to see that this player right here is trying to live up to that.
That sack sets up a second down and long. looking to set up a screen pass here. They bring him down. It's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Dumps it down to the back. Moves the football to the 30. Good enough for the first down.
Defense kind of lost a running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
The Cowboys pick up enough yardage to get a first down. It's a QB run all the way. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up 3rd down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Caught near the goal line. And he's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. And they'll set up for the PAT. The PAT puts them up 3. There's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back.
Georgia, 28.
And the return starts just inside the end zone. It'll be tackled right at the 20. That's a good job by the coverage team. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. An inside give now from the shotgun. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience. The hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Oklahoma State 31, Georgia 28.
So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. He'll hand it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack in their game plan.
And he throws his 3rd interception of the day. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Boy, Chris, he hesitated just enough to give the defense a chance to get in position and come up with a big turnover.
And the Oklahoma State offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they really had the passing game clicking. Moved right down the field for a touchdown. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. Brought down quickly at the 14. The offense is in the red zone.
Well, how about this aggressive approach by this offense? They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and these guys are continuing to throw the football. I think the offense coordinator understands that he can't allow his team to get too comfortable or complacent, even with having a lead here in the 4th.
Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. And the Cowboys come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Caught in the flat by the running back. Tackled after the catch, but the ball moves to the 4-yard line. Offense facing a third down now. They can still get a first down without scoring. On third and short, they hand the ball off. He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. But they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. Extra point, up and good. A double-digit lead now here in the fourth quarter. Kickoff teams come on the field now to send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Barnes. He's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. First down. They're going to throw the football. Another interception. That's number 4 today. Are you kidding me?
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
The guys up front lined up. It's first down. The back's got it. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Pass caught. Can he get in? He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. An extra point up and good makes it a 3-score game, up 17 in the fourth. Now the kickoff team is out on the field.
Georgia, 28.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. They tackle him at the 9. That's good coverage, but he should have left the ball in the end zone. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. An interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here. Short pass finds the tight end. Big man finally brought down by the cornerback. That was a tough assignment.
I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds so that clock will keep ticking.
Goes to his right side there for the completion. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
That's a much better job by this quarterback of working through his progressions. We've seen him earlier try to force some throws, trying to make a big play. This time, works through his progressions, checks it down into the flat, and picks up some positive yards.
Quick throw to his receiver. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. Big play in enemy territory all the way to the 41-yard line.
Now, the offense is taking advantage of the defense kind of sitting back with this lead. That's back-to-back plays of big yards. You know, it's a bend but don't break mentality from this defense, but they might want to reevaluate because this offense is moving the ball too quickly down the field.
Testing the defense with a throw downfield. This one is broken up and falls incomplete.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Back to throw again. He fires it. He pulls it in for a big gain. And they stop him just short, but defense really backed up now. It's 1st and goal. The Dogs will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. DB's looking to jam the receivers at the snap. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia. Now the important point after attempts.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football, and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And he stopped at the 18. Returner trying to make a play, but a touchback would have been a better idea. And the Oklahoma State offense is back out on the field. Off the play fake on 1st down. Looking for his big tight end. Has his caught right near the sideline. What a catch. Does get the foot down.
Because it's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. More than enough to pick up a 1st down. So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8.
Now I like the run play here, and offensively at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
Here's the 2nd down play. Off play action, he's looking to throw. And he'll just lob this pass into the middle of the field. The downfield shot is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Well, this is textbook defensive back play right here. He's in phase with the wide receiver. And the thing that I love, and a lot of defensive backs don't have the ability to do, he gets his head turned around, eyes on the quarterback to know when the ball's coming to allow him to knock it away.
After the 2nd down incompletion, they'll have to convert here on 3rd down and 8. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Cannot connect, incomplete, and now 4th down.
Would never underestimate a defensive lineman's ability to play the passing lanes. Smart defensive linemen, keep an eye on the quarterback, and if they see the ball coming out, they're able to get those big, long arms up and try to get a piece of it.
Not what he was hoping for. Instead of pinning the offense deep, it's a touchback. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. Here comes a handoff. Just a small gain. Looking at 2nd and 9.
At the 21-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
From the gun, he looks for an open man. Catch made on the right side. Defense makes the stop very close to a 1st down.
Chris, I love what this defense is doing right now, working with a 2-possession lead, essentially telling the offense, hey, we'll give you those underneath throws. We'll allow those short gains, but we're not going to give any shots downfield, and we're going to tackle you inbounds to keep that clock moving.
Talking about quickness, that play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
It's an option look. That's a solid gain there. He keeps it and picks up the 1st down himself.
I can't believe the call here by this offense. A lot of teams, they're not going to keep it on the ground in this situation. 4th and 1, 4th and inches is one thing. But they needed more than that here. And they line up and hit this defense right in the mouth and pick up a 1st down. Give a lot of credit to the big boys up front for making that happen. And you talk about a confidence booster going forward.
They'll crank up the tempo here on 2nd down. The time is running out. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. He's going to pull it down and run. Gets into space at the 50. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. Georgia getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Here's the snap, looking to throw. It's an out route, the catch made. It's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a 1st down. How aggressive will they be on this 1st down play? Offense looking to throw the ball. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone.
Not before you throw this interception. It's already a 2-possession game. By throwing this pick, now you wonder how many more opportunities will you get.
And the Oklahoma State offense takes the field. They're in pretty good position. It's a 2-possession game. Can they now put this game on ice?
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your 1st-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the 2nd and 3rd-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Short loss on the play sets up 2nd and long from the 18. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 27. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. And here comes a deep shot. Oh, and it's picked off. A crushing mistake.
That's just a poor decision by the offensive coordinator and the quarterback. Working with the lead, run the football here and work the clock. Instead, throws it into coverage. Now they got a chance to get right back in the game.
And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Throws to the tight end. And the defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Oh, my gosh. They almost came up with another interception. They had a pick on the last drive. They're doing such a good job of baiting this quarterback into throwing the ball into coverage and then making a play on the ball. Let's see if they can keep this going.
Let's it fly to the wideout. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back. Looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Looking to scramble. Escapes the pocket, but cannot make a play, and they sack him.
That takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
4th down, looking to throw for it. And he's got it. Rips off a big gain all the way to the plus 43-yard line. And the offense calls timeout with 17 seconds left. The offense is clicking, and the defense just searching for answers now. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And the sack is made. That's a nice play there by the sophomore. The Bulldogs will come to the line to crank up the tempo. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Going for a big play downfield. And that last pass falls incomplete. That will do it. Game over. Well, the coaches kind of expected it to be this kind of game. An offensive show. Who's going to make one more play at the end to get the win? And they did it.
Yeah, you mentioned the coaches. I think we had a feeling that this game had a chance to get into at least the 30s, and we weren't disappointed. These offenses came to play, but you're right. One defense made some plays when they had to, and the other one didn't. Simple as that.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.